There's an article here that says Tesla shareholder calls on board to suspend Elon Musk for agreeing with anti-Semitic post. This Tesla shareholder says Tesla's board should put Musk on leave for 30 to 60 days and require him to attend empathy training and or therapy. It is interesting, though, that CNN wrote exactly how many shares Elon owns and exactly how much approximately these shares are worth, $96 billion, but when it comes to this other Tesla shareholder, they just say how many shares. They did not say how much in terms of dollars. And that number is actually under $5 million. So yeah, this is not really worth talking about. Remember how Fisker's chief operating officer just resigned? Well, Fisker just announced they received a notice from New York Stock Exchange on November 16th, indicating that the company is not in compliance. So it makes sense that the chief accounting officer would resign. Probably it is looking quite a bit worse than it appears. They lost their second chief accounting officer in less than a month. This is crazy. The Kia Connect app has a daily limit of remote service requests and will lock you out for the rest of the day if you exceed it. Unclear what the limit is, but it's not much. Wow, this is a silly limit. You would never have a problem like this with a Tesla. You know how Europeans are investigating some Chinese companies because they think that some of these EV companies are getting subsidies from the government, which makes it unfair when these cars are then imported into Europe because Europeans then cannot really compete with them. Well, the president of China just expressed his pleasure in seeing more French products entering the Chinese market and welcomed more French companies to invest in China. He also hoped that Chinese companies would be treated nicely in France. Currently, that investigation into Chinese automakers by Europeans is working in Tesla's favor because Tesla is not being investigated, even though Tesla imports a lot of vehicles from China to Europe. So if these investigations end, that would not be exactly great news for Tesla, but it's not really all that bad because I don't think these investigations are likely to result in huge penalties for Chinese companies because China would probably retaliate to Europeans and Europeans don't really want that. But we'll see what happens. This will come as a shocker to many because Dan Ives just said we are initiating coverage on VinFast with an outperform rating and a $12 price target. We have seen the impressive VinFast operations in Vietnam firsthand and came away extremely impressed with its EV footprint. We see VinFast as one of the global winners in the EV race. So he basically thinks that stock will double already. It's worth $14 billion in terms of its market cap, but that's after a drop of about 91%. If you remember, if you followed me in the summer, I said, yeah, this is looking preposterous. It was clear that is going to fall really bad. Anyway, they are not really delivering many EVs, and the EVs that they are delivering in the US, I've seen a lot of bad things about them. So personally, I will stay away from VinFast, but if you get lucky, you could make some money here, but it's very risky. If you watched every single one of my videos, a while ago, you heard me say that, yeah, I'm not a big fan of Binance. It seems shady. And today, we have this. Binance is a crypto exchange platform, by the way, sort of like FTX. Binance to pay $4.3 billion in fines, and the CEO is about to step down and will plead guilty to anti-money laundering charges. This does not look great for Ford. Ford Mach-E sales are struggling. I've heard this from lots of dealers. I've been in sales for 7 months at the Ford dealer. Still have never had a customer or a lead for a Mach-E. Wow. Wow, researchers are recycling all Nissan Leaf batteries using bacteria? Maybe using bacteria is the future of recycling. Pretty fascinating. Troy basically just posted his expectations for next year in terms of deliveries. He thinks, based on how this is worded, that there's a 90% chance that Tesla will deliver 2 million vehicles next year, 70% chance Tesla will deliver 2.1 and 40% chance Tesla will deliver 2.2 million. But I think this also does not really take into consideration Tesla's advertising. Up until now, Tesla's demand was just based on Tesla having no advertising, but we don't really know exactly how Tesla's demand will look once Tesla starts seriously advertising. And my guess is if Tesla really figures out advertising, the demand would be extremely strong. This post is sort of going viral on X. Sam Teller says, I spent nearly 5 years as Elon's chief of staff. In that time, I never observed a trace of anti-Semitism. These critics ignore a lifetime of Elon's actions to suggest that he is someone he is not. I like it when people come out like this and defend Elon. Did Tesla stock bottom? Are we going to go up from here? I just published a new exclusive video on Patreon.